Chris, what's the importance of Craig's goal there at the end of the first period to kind of stem the tide and set the table for the rest of the game going forward?
Looking back, it was huge. I can tell you, Ryan, that even bigger than that was at 2-0. Didn't look like it was going to be our night. 2 goals that were questionable, as far as I'm concerned, on our players' perspective, on Ryan's perspective. But on the bench, it was alive. It wasn't woe was me or woe was us. And it was almost to a man. We're going to stay with it. We're going to keep going. And then I think you don't get that goal. Lucas doesn't score that goal if guys are defeated. And it ended up being a huge goal. But I think that started as soon as they scored the second goal, that our guys didn't quit on it.
Do you think there was more intensity as a whole from the team tonight as opposed to last night?
Well, to start, but then there was a lull. 10 minutes of the second period or the first period that was no, and then after that, I thought there was. We were the goals we scored. I think were whether it was created a power play, we scored on the power play, or Brett's goal what comes to mind is Freddie being hard on a stick and that puck being turned over, and I just thought, with the exception of a stretch in the first, I thought we were much more intense than we were last night, yes.
It seemed too you guys got a lot more bodies to the net, at least from the top. It looked like Bitzer didn't really see either of those 2 goals in the lead.
That's true. We obviously needed more pucks at the net, and the power play just before the one where Mark scored, it was let's see how many times we could pass it without shooting it or without getting people at the net. And then the next power play we make one pass to the blue line, good net presence by McLean, and Freeds has a great shot from the point. So we undercomplicated it, oversimplified, and I thought as a whole, Ryan, yes, we did it. We did a better job tonight getting pucks at people at their net, which goes back to the intensity thing. I thought that goes hand in hand as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Bender was good in the second period.
He really was, yeah. I just told him that. Again, he deserved to start tonight. His last 4 starts had been solid. By no means do I think Chris Nell played great against RIT, played really well last night, kept us in, but Ryan deserved to start. And down 2-0, I'm sure the second guessers were coming out for me about the start. But good on Ryan. He made some really good saves, kept them at 2 goals, and good for him.
Coach, how important was it that a good series against Bemidji and they'll start off the second half?
Well, it was really important. If you asked me 24 hours ago, he didn't show up, and they did. You asked me 24 hours later, it was important to get a split. But I would have liked to have seen 2 solid efforts versus a good effort tonight and a good period last night. But it was, I think it was important to get a win tonight after the way we played last night. And the RIT game, we've talked about that enough. So I think it was important to get a win in a big time series. We haven't played good enough at home. We know that. I think our guys know that. I hope this game here can act as a little bit of a push start for the second half, because down 2-0 after a poor game last night, and you find a way to win. So hopefully that feeling of winning is something that the guys are just going to decide that we want that more than not.
After you took the lead, especially in the third period, you held them to 2 shots.
Yeah.
It looked like, to me, your guys were really locked in.
Yeah.
Especially late in the second and the whole third period.
Yeah.
They had no room.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's been a long couple of weeks for them. They were in Anchorage last weekend, and they've been on the road the whole time. So I knew the last period would be the toughest for them. And it was going to probably be a push early in the third, and that energy, if we can, save that off a little bit and push back, we'd be fine. And I think we did a great job of that. I think the third period was maybe our best of the weekend. There was times where we really did a nice job in their zone. So I really feel it was important for us to not play the third like we were just hanging on. especially early in the first half of the year, we blew leads in the third. We had ties going in the third, and came away, especially at home, we came away with losses. So I really liked the way we finished the second half of that game, second period, and all of the third.
What did you want to get from the lineup changes in your outfit versus where he was at?
What did I want to get? Well, we wanted to get a better effort collectively. I think, Kevin, you know me, I am a guy of opportunity, and when a guy like Merce has got a bunch of equity built up over his time here, so to take him out of the lineup would have been a little extreme. It would have been a lot extreme. I wanted him to be able to answer and play harder, which he did. And then, why not Lincoln Held, Reichert, McEwen? I mean, those guys have worked hard in practice. I mean, so it was just trying to give guys opportunities and hold other guys accountable.
Questions for Brett?
As important as Lucas's goal was, Coach Bergeron said maybe the turning point came came earlier because the bench was positive after you guys went down 2-0. Is that the way you saw it? That you guys stayed pretty positive?
Yeah, we weren't playing that well, but the bench was up. Everyone was staying positive. We weren't getting down on each other, and we were supporting each other and had each other's backs. And I think that's what led to us playing better later in the game.
And then how did the goal by Lucas help you guys then to get the momentum?
Well, it was late. I think it was about 50 seconds left, and after not so good of a period, to get that before the intermission, and it's big. Lets us stay in the game more than we were, and gives us more energy than we already had going into the next period.
Was there more of an emphasis tonight on your guys' part in the offensive zone of getting pucks to the net, or did you guys just do a better job at it tonight than you did last night?
Yeah, we just did a better job. We wanted to last night. We didn't execute that, but tonight we were getting a lot more pucks through and getting bodies at the net, so Bitzer couldn't see it.
And after Craig scored, it seemed like you guys were pretty good in the last two periods.
Yeah, we got to our game, I'd say.
And then, is this the type of win that can maybe jumpstart you guys?
Yeah, that's a good team, and matching up against them, we know we can play teams just as good as them, and better than them, and win. So going later in the season, we know just play our game, and things are going to come. Good things.
Good.
And then, what about Ryan's play in the second period?
Yeah, that was big too. Coming in off a loss, it's tough for the goalie because I think they feel like they need to win the next game. But he came in and he played really well, made some big saves for us, and that jump starts the bench too when he makes a big save. So that's all good stuff.